Okay. Oh, and we're live.
Whoa, journey it was to get here.
That was a wild ride.
That's just life. But we made it.
We're here.
We're here.
Sorry, y'all. We had some technical difficulties. We're 22 minutes late, but I want you to know every single minute of that 22 minutes, we were trying to make this work.
Yep. And we figured it out. And we breathed through it.
We got through it. Okay.
We did.
Oh my goodness. Yay, we're here.
We're
Yay.
here.
Mine is having trouble streaming now.
I see you okay.
Okay, I just got a notification that it's struggling with being streamed. But
should we just roll with it?
That's what today's about. It's about just rolling it off your shoulders.
It is.
So, hello, Simona's Instagram. Hello,
the Facebook groups. We're here. Thanks for joining us. Anyone watching the replay and the live.
Thank you for being here. We apologize for coming in late and with a little bit of chaotic energy initially because we were trying to figure out how to use a new software. But we're here. We're ready to chat with you. We're ready to get to know you a little bit better. So if you do have any comments, any questions, please put them in the chats, put them in the lives. We would love to hear from you. If this is your first time meeting me, please say hello. I would love to hear from you. I would love to connect with you. If this is your first time meeting Simona, please say hello from my Facebook and Sydney's Facebook as well. We would love for just all of our own individual communities to connect, because this is something that we really have a big vision for, is for all of us to be able to support you in a really big way.
That's it. Well said. Thank you, Alex.
You're so welcome. So Simona, why don't you introduce yourself? And then I will introduce myself as well.
Perfect. And then we'll introduce Powerhouse Femme.
Yes!
Perfect. So I am Simona K. I am tuning in from Austin, Texas, and I am a love and embodiment mentor for high achieving women that are ready to have the magnetic, thriving love that they desire and they deserve. And I met Alex last year because she was my coach. And I just knew that we were supposed to collaborate in our lives. I just knew it. I had this deep, deep knowing inside my body, inside my bones, that this woman and I are meant to be in each other's lives. I didn't know what it was supposed to look like, but we worked together. She helped me so much with my business. And now we're here collaborating on a project that we're going to share more with you about in a minute. Alex, tell us about you.
That made me so happy to hear. Just all of that just made my bones and all my cells just get so jazzed and boogieing. I'm so excited. It's been an incredible journey together, honestly. Simona and I met, I want to say, a little less than a year ago. So our own relationship hasn't been super long, but as she said, we've worked together. So we went into the depths together. We went so deep into everything with your business.
Yeah.
We went into the emotional side. We went into the structure. We went into the systems. We went into the strategy, and we went into the energetics. And I feel like because of that work that we did together, it just made us quantum leap our friendship and our relationship and our work together in this world. Yep. So hi, Simona's Instagram peeps. Hi to Sydney's gorgeous, radiant humans from the what is the Facebook group? The Empowered Women's Facebook group. My name is Alexandria Alita Minor. I'm so happy to be here. I am a strategist and a feminine leadership mentor. So I've had quite the journey. I started off doing 300-hour yoga teacher training, and then I was teaching yoga, and I went from doing donation-based yoga to a couple of years later becoming a business mentor. And through that journey, I have worked a lot on my own self-leadership so that not only I can be the best leader I can be for myself, but for all of you as well, for my partners, for my family members, for my friendships, for my clients. And this is really what I want to see more in this world. And really the work that we're doing together, like Simona is really bringing this relationship piece, this embodiment piece, this love piece. I'm bringing in this feminine and this leadership piece, because I really truly believe that we are ushering in a new form of leadership. A form of leadership where people truly feel held, and that a form of leadership that is rooted in trust, and not just, okay, well, you're my manager or you're my mentor or you're this and you know more than me. No, I trust that you're gonna walk alongside me, and that we are going to change this world together. So that's me. That's the work that I do. I bring in a lot of breath work, a lot of different energetic modalities. So I bring in breath work. I also bring in, like Simona, parts work as well, and desire-driven marketing, and human design. I am a human design wizard. So I'm so happy to be.
Yeah, and today, well, first we'll do Powerhouse Femme. So Alex and Sydney and I, 3 women entrepreneurs, all came together because we felt this strong call to collaborate with other powerhouse women, to stop trying to do it all alone and burning ourselves out. Who can relate? Who can relate? It is a very common theme of women entrepreneurs now more than ever. We are feeling the call to receive support, to show up in our genius and stop trying to do everything, stop trying to do it all, so that we can have the relationships, the health, the social life, all of it. So we can have it all and stop trying to burn ourselves out through this one lane of business. So we came together in that essence to provide ourselves with the team that we've always wanted, as well as to provide our audience with more genius than we personally can offer. So we're bringing you Powerhouse Femme in that essence. And we're so excited about it. We have so many good things to offer you. And starting with today, with the live all about feminine magnetism and commanding the room.
Yes, I love that. So today, y'all, Simona and I are going to keep this like as a conversation that you are like a fly on the wall in. We want to keep it cozy. We want to keep it real. And I find, and I think, Simona and I talked about this before we jumped on, is that sometimes when you're doing a live, or, you're planning the conversation, it loses the essence that is what actually creates shifts for people or brings those aha moments for people. And, Simona and I, we have conversations like almost daily. And we're always like, people need to hear these, like people need to like be in on these. So today we wanted to talk to you about, like Simona said, really leaning into your feminine magnetism and being able to command a room with that magnetism. And like I said, you're going to be a fly on the wall today. We're not going to be doing this as much of like question, answer, interview style. This is going to be us really just flowing. And then if you have questions, putting those questions in, and then us answering them.
Yeah. Basically, you're coming into our living room. I'm here with my coffee. We're hanging out, and you're here joining. Oh, you too. And you're here joining us. We don't want to be on a pedestal. Ain't nobody got time for people on pedestals. We're here as equals.
We are here as equals. And so, most of you that are here, most of the people, like women that I work with, most of the women that Simona works with, you've really leaned into your masculine energy most of your life. And your masculine energy, y'all, that is your that's your logical, that's your mind, right? And it's also your physical. And this is why you've been pushing, going. and doing, and thinking. And what's happened is so many of you have lost your feminine magic. Like what actually makes you so magnetic, you know? So many, and I'm saying so many of you, I know I lost it at one point too. Yeah, because
Both ends.
so like so many of us have also been taught that we have to play small, that when you go into a bar or when you go into a coffee shop, you don't lock eyes with somebody. You don't make eye contact with somebody and smile at them. You don't own the room, because then you're too confident and you have a big ego and nobody wants to be around you. And that is the narrative that we've been given. So Simona's making some faces. I would love to hear what you have to say about that, my love.
Just so much. I mean, we as women, especially as women entrepreneurs in today's world, we have been trained by society, by our parents, by the media, that we have to be in our masculine in order to be successful.
Mm.
And like Alex said, that means being in the mind. That means overly exerting the physical body. That means trying to do it all. And that is a recipe for burnout. That's why so many women are burning out. That's why so many women are collaborating now instead of trying to do it all themselves. Because yes, we can have it all, but not when we're doing it from our masculine, not when it's coming from the mind, not when it's coming from a physical force and we're abandoning our bodies and we're abandoning our intuitions and we're abandoning our hearts. That doesn't work for a woman, let alone a woman entrepreneur. What works is a woman filling herself up with her power, with her intuition, with her heart, with her energy, and then moving from there and staying connected to that place all day long, which is exactly the opposite of what we were trained. Am I right? We were trained to go from one thing to the next, abandon ourselves, truly. And it's never worked, but right now more than ever, a lot of us are feeling that really strong call to stop trying to pretend like it works and to do something different.
Yeah. Yeah. We are being called to do something different. And, what came up for me, like you had initially said that it's not a sustainable way to run your business, but it's also not a sustainable way to just live your life in general. Like that was what was coming up for me, is like, not only are you going to burn out in your business and your body, but this is going to impact your partnership. This is going to impact the type of partners that you attract, no matter who you're trying to attract, whether in terms of gender, it's still going to impact the level of people that you're attracting and what's expected of you within those relationships.
Yep. When we as women are in our masculine, we rob our masculine partners from being in that position. So then they have to change their essence of their masculine essence because we're claiming that spot. And that's not sexy. That's not polarity.
Mm.
So it affects everything. It affects our health. I know firsthand, I've burnt out my health 3 times. Alex is raising her hand too. I feel some people out there also raising their hands saying, me too. It just isn't sustainable. And so we're ready for something different. And that's what we're going to be talking about in Powerhouse Femme and today in this live. What that different is. How do we actually do it?
Yeah. And like what we want to see for you, I want you all to imagine right now what it would be like to actually command a room, whether that is a boardroom, whether that's you're going into a pub, whether that's a coffee shop, whether that's,
A hot date.
exactly, whatever it is. I want you to like actually take a moment and imagine what that would look like for you, walking in and having all eyes on you, and what would come up for you, right? Like, again, we've been taught all eyes on me. Oh, that's bad. But what is actually like, is it bad? Is it though? What actually comes up? Like when you imagine I'm going to fill a room, I know for myself, I walk into the coffee shop or I'll walk down the freaking street. It's not even a room. And when I turn on my feminine magnetism, I have everybody and their grandpa turning their heads. Okay. And I don't need to be looking like a hot toddy. I don't need to be dressed to the nines. I'm wearing a long sleeve with my Converse and my leggings. But the energy shift is so potent when you decide to actually embrace your feminine. Like, and Simona, I would love for you to share in your own experience what that filling the room has looked like for you.
Yes. So for me, it actually isn't having everyone turn. I don't want that. And a lot of my clients also
So glad you're saying this.
that they don't want that. So it's actually an invitation, a sonar, a signal that we put out to be able to have those turn their heads who we want to turn their heads, who will see us as the gift that we are, not as an object, not as a sexual something to project fantasies onto. No, that's not the people that we magnetize by turning on our feminine essence. Not at all. Just like Alex said, it doesn't matter what we're wearing. It's because that's not what we're attracting. We're not in the scantily dress with our stuff hanging out and then attracting those that project.
Unless you want to be.
Sure, if you do. If you want to be, that's not what we are talking about here, and that's not what I do. I would say I turn on that feminine magnetism, and then I attract exactly the people that I want to attract, which are meeting me in their heart and their spirit connection, and they see me as the goddess that I'm connecting to. They see me as the goddess that I am, and there's a way to do this. Some like to call it putting on an invisibility cloak, so that you are only attracting what you want to attract, because that can be a lot. Attracting everyone, that's too much for someone like me or a lot of the women that I work with. They're like, no, I want to attract what I want to attract. So there is a specific way to do that. And it's all about the type of energy you are holding and then emitting. And I'll go a little bit more into that. So we can hold.
Yeah, I was like, I want you to expand on that.
Okay. So we can hold and emit sexual indulgence. Like, look at me, I know you want me. We all know how to do that as women, right? But then that attracts a man or a woman that is looking for that, that is attracted to that, which is usually some predatory energy. If that's what you want, there's no judgment here. If what you want is someone that receives you and sees you as the goddess that you are, then you hold the energy of the goddess that you are. You feel that in your womb. You feel that in your pleasure center. You bring that up to your heart. You open your crown into it. You root yourself down into it, into the earth. And then you gift that as an invitation to anybody that is wanting to be around that energy, that is also aware of the god or the goddess in them, that wants to be connecting to that. It's a totally different energy. And that's what I like to do exclusively in my practice of commanding the room with my feminine magnetism. It's all me connecting to the goddess and then emitting that out as an invitation and a gift to anyone and everyone that wants to connect with the God in themselves as well as the God in me from that place and only that place.
I love that. That's so beautiful.
Thank you.
I am definitely the one that attracts a lot. That attracts most people. But that is also because of my human design. with my gate 39, the gate of the provocateur. So that is one of my biggest energies. It's in my incarnation cross.
Well, let me ask you a question. Does it feel good to attract what you've been attracting with that gate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Always. Like,
Okay.
I feel like it's not, to me, in terms of like the attracting, it's like, it's even just moments. So it's like, it's not that I have to talk to every single person that's like looking at me, but it's like there's like a moment where like I catch eyes with a really handsome man. He smiles, I smile. We continue on with our lives, and he looks back once I walk away, and so I feel like it's felt good because I still have the power to decide which people I want to actually like pursue a full, interaction with, you know what I mean?
Good answer. If you had said no, that it's overwhelming at times, or you're attracting something back that you don't like, and in case anybody out there is feeling that, I'll respond to that, which is you can change the type of energy you are sending out. So if you're attracting back something that you don't like, then you shift the caliber and the texture of energy you are sending out when you walk into that room.
The caliber and the texture.
Think of it like whatever the metaphor is coming, like the ice cream shop, 31 flavors. Do you guys know that? Is that just me? Is it an LA thing?
I
Okay,
don't know.
imagine you're in an ice cream shop and there's 31 flavors to choose from. So we can choose the flavor of ice cream, aka energy, feminine energy that we are channeling and then
Mm,
sonaring out and getting reflected back in the types of uh, people we're attracting, eyes we're catching, heads that are turning, all of that. So if we don't like the type of energy we are magnetizing back, if it feels predatory, if it feels mental, if it feels not of the caliber that we like, then we can look inside ourselves and say, what is the energy that I am holding? First of all, am I in my mind? Am I in my body? Am I in my pleasure? Am I in my desire? Or am I needing something? So we do a quick scan of what am I holding? What am I emitting? And that way we can take responsibility, which is such a key to feminine magnetism. Take responsibility for what energy am I holding? What flavor of ice cream am I embodying? Going back to the analogy, that is then sending out that magnet because it's always comes back to us.
I love that. So it does take a lot of awareness. And I think that is like a huge part of the feminine.
Yes.
And what's been missing a lot is like it for those of you that don't know, I don't know how much like you've seen on my Facebook or on Simona's Instagram, but like we said with the masculine, that's the logic, the mind, the physical. Um, and the feminine is the energetic. The feminine is the emotional. So we have both of these energies. No matter what gender you are, you have both of these energies in you. And I wanted to bring that up quickly because I feel like Simona definitely has some things to say about that because throughout, at least from what I've seen, and Simona and I have had a lot of conversations around this, but throughout a lot of the more new feminine movements that have been out there around feminine energetics, unfortunately, there's been this putting the masculine on the back burner and only being in feminine. And I would love for, and not really acknowledging that, you know, everybody also has a feminine, even your man has a feminine energy. So I would love for you to kind of expand on that a little bit, Simona, because I know this is
Mm.
something you're passionate about.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. So we all have feminine and masculine. We all have yin and yang. We all have being and doing. And yeah, a lot of the current personal development and polarity movement and sacred sexuality movement really talks about woman is feminine, man is masculine. And it's what that's doing is that's pushing away a very important part of ourselves. And what that looks like for men is telling men that they don't have feelings, that it's not okay to
Mm.
express their emotions. And that is so hardwired into women, thinking that if a man expresses his emotions, that means he's weak. That has caused so much turmoil in modern relationships, so much destruction. You can see it all over the media, how this has been really saturated into what's been normalized is that men don't have emotions, especially if they want to portray themselves as masculine. And then for women, it looks like women don't have a masculine. And so that is, or sorry, it looks like men don't have a feminine and it looks like women don't have a masculine. And it just causes so much distortion and it's so not true. And so we first as women get to reclaim that we have both, we are both. And men, we have both, we are both, and treating each other as such. And a lot of women are carrying the projection that I'm too in my masculine, especially women running businesses. And first of all, that's not wrong. It's just asking for a little rebalance. And men thinking I'm too in my feminine if I have emotions. And it's okay. It's okay. We
You're
want you to have emotions. Sorry?
You're a human being.
Are you?
Emotion is like a part of the experience.
Yes, you are a balanced human being. Yes, we want women to have a masculine. We want men to have a feminine. And I would really like to expand on. And do you have anything to add to that, Alex?
I just wanted to say that in terms of like how this relates to commanding the room, is a woman that is really embracing her feminine essence and energy. She is also embracing her emotions, not needing to identify with her emotions, but feeling them and moving through them and owning them. Again, your emotions aren't your identity, but they are a part of your human experience. And when you fully feel your emotions instead of pushing them off to the side, and you do that, you're going to command the room, whether that room is just you and your partner, whether that room is, like what I was walking down the street, whatever rooms we were talking about, right? um Personally, for me, the way that I see it is when you feel those emotions and you hold them, and you allow them to move through you, you are showing whoever you are with that they get to do the same thing.
Yep. And there's a masculine element of what Alex was just portraying, that the feminine feels her feelings. She lets that be what is. She lets her, whatever feelings are present, be felt and moved through. And her masculine holds her so that she can do that, so that she doesn't spin out of control. So we can look at it as the masculine is our spine, holding us, holding
Mm.
our structure, holding us while we feel the tornado of emotions that the feminine is. This is my favorite example of how we as women get to use our masculine to keep us held while we feel the magic that we are.
Yeah, yeah. And I like, this kind of brings me to like, if you are with your man or a man, whether it's a friend or a partner, or a sibling or whatever, your father, like what you get to do is bring out your own masculine to hold their emotions when they come up.
Yep.
Right. And like, to me, again, when you're able to master these two, you're not just going to command a room, you're going to change the world.
What is our why for commanding the room? Why do we command the room versus push ourselves to be seen, or push ourselves to get things done? What is the benefits of commanding the room? What do you think?
I want to hear yours first.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
We told you guys this is just like conversation style. Like, you're getting some raw content here, raw material.
that's where we live. Okay. So why do we command the room as a feminine being? Wow. It allows us to receive, which is feminine nature. It allows us to intentionally receive what we desire. Because remember, if we are practicing awareness of what is the energy I am holding, what is the sonar signal that I'm sending out, if we are taking responsibility for that, and we're practicing the universal law that is, which is that the energy that I am holding, I attract,
Mm.
we are able to then intentionally receive whatever it is that we want to receive, versus pushing ourselves to try to get what we want or need, which is not necessarily pushing as masculine, but taking action to get what we want as masculine, versus the feminine, which is setting my energy so that I can receive what I want. It's very different. The masculine takes action to get what he wants. The feminine sets her energy so that she can invite in what she wants.
Yeah.
So going back to burnout, which is one of my favorite topics ever because it has initiated me so many times,
Goodness. Yeah.
for the feminine woman to keep creating more and more and more and more and more of what she wants in her life, which, by the way, is a feminine trait, the constant desire for more.
Mm.
Yeah. So for her to keep doing that and be in integrity with her body and her nervous system, she wants to do it in her feminine, with her masculine holding her, versus do it from her masculine with her feminine background. And what that looks like I keep saying, is getting clear on what she wants to receive and then setting her energy and her intention to that frequency, to that flavor so that she can send it out as a sonar when she walks into the room to receive what she wants back.
I love the ice cream and the sonars and how they get to be in the same story. Like, I love it so much, but I totally agree. And I think this is like, this is, you know, what you said, like, it's the universal law, right? Like, you know, what we are, we're attracting. This is mirroring, y'all. This is like, you know, mirroring 101. And no matter how advanced you are, it still happens where, you know, you're picking your ice cream and then oopsies, I got a little mint chocolate chip in my bubble gum. Oh no, it's been tainted. Okay, this
Those of you that are tuning in now, we're using the flavors of ice cream analogy to talk about the textures of energy that we are embodying to then send out and receive back.
Yes, and I just lost my mind laughing because I think I'm hilarious. But so you know, you can scoop up your bubble gum, but oops, you know, like you got a little bit of that mint chocolate chip in it, you know? And no matter how advanced you are, that can happen. And like I even know for myself, like a month or two ago, you know, I was with someone and then there was avoidance that was happening. And what did I have to do? I had to sit with where I was avoiding. What was I avoiding? Where was that? Where was the avoidance energy already in my being, in my energy, in my aura, all of it, in my heart? And then I, you know, I sat with it and I was like, oh shit. Well, sorry, Simona's Instagram. I know Simona doesn't swear much on her Instagram. Meanwhile, my Instagram's like F-bomb here, F-bomb there. But hello, I'm commanding the room, guys. No. I had to sit with that. And what did I realize? Well, I was afraid to be truly vulnerable with that person. Right. And because of that, I was avoiding being I was avoiding it. Mm-hmm. So no matter how advanced you are, this is why you want to do the work now, because you're going, it's work that's going to continue on and on and on and on in your life. And it's not that you need to do it. You don't need to do it. We're not going to tell you that you need to do it. It's that when you decide that that's the route you want to take, that's the way that you want to live your life is going to look very different. And there's going to be a lot more ease that shows up in your relationship, that shows up in how you lead yourself, that shows up in your energy, that shows it up in the opportunities that come your way. You know, Simone, I feel like you have some stuff you want to add to that.
I just really am loving the way you're talking about the end result and the outcome of living this way for a woman that practices this power of connecting with what she wants and what she desires, and then sending out the frequency of that energy into the room, into the house, into the world. It's just really, really, I feel strongly that it's what is being asked of us as women on the planet right now, so that we can stay full, so that our cups can stay full. I feel very strongly that this is the superpower that we get to turn on and live from, so that we don't overly exert our physical body, so that we stay in our feminine, so that our partners can be in the masculine. And we take turns, okay, of course, but we can have a primary polarity that we thrive in. I feel like women, just no matter what, we thrive being in the feminine energy. Not all the way. Like I said, we want our masculine to hold us, but we do thrive by that being our dominant energy. And men do thrive with masculine being their dominant energy. This could get a little controversial. I know there's people that don't fit this stereotype, but I would say just as a majority, there is, of course, the people that don't feel that way. And that is amazing. Good. We need diversity. Thank you, diversity. For here, we're talking about women that are dominant in their feminine energy. And what else can I say? I would love to talk about the how. How does one turn on this power? What are the practical steps?
Ooh, the practical steps. Okay. That's your realm. You
Oh, I keep
are
doing that to myself, huh?
yeah, you're asking yourself the questions because that's your realm.
Okay.
My
Okay.
realm is the practical steps around leadership.
Okay. Okay. So let's do it, guys. So I'm all about the how, because we can just talk around the thing in circles, but then there's people like myself when I watch these lives, I'm like, okay, great. This is all good. Thank you for the backstory, but like, how do I do
Yay.
it?
Thank you for the
How do I do it?
backstory.
Right. Right. I don't like fluff. So
Yeah.
let's go into it. So how does one connect with their feminine superpower in this way? Okay. So first of all, they take a scan of their inner world. What are my thoughts and beliefs? What are my feelings and emotions?
Mm,
Where's my energy located in my body or in my mind or outside my body? Where is my energy right now? We want it to be in our bodies. We want it to be in our hearts. We want it to be in our core. We want it to be in our pleasure center. We want it to be fully throughout our systems, not solely in the mind, and especially not outside our body. And that's okay if it is. It's forgiving ourselves and then setting the new intention to move our energy back to where we want it to be so that we can send out the signal from an embodied place, because we attract what we are. So if we're in our minds and we send out, we will attract mental energy, which is okay if that's what you want. Just know that that's what you're going to receive back, is whatever you're vibrating at, whatever flavor of ice cream you are currently holding. So yeah, beliefs, thoughts and beliefs, feelings and emotions. Where's your energy located in your body? What are your desires and your needs in that moment? That's a good place to start. There's a couple other layers, but let's leave it short and simple for now. Thoughts and beliefs, emotions and feelings, where are you located in your system, and what are your desires and your needs? And so it's taking a scan of that and then shifting whatever needs to be shifted so that you can be sending out what you want to receive back. So if what you desire is love, then you want to be holding and feeling the energy of love. If what you need is connection, then you want to be giving yourself connection so that you're not needing it from the outside, so that you can be full in connection, and then you can attract other people that are in the energy of connection. There's a little caveat there that we haven't talked much about, which is you want to be giving yourself the thing that you want versus searching for it outside.
yes.
Because when you're full with the thing that you want, you are then a magnet to more of it. You don't want to be sending out the signal of like, oh, I need money, so I'm going to send out the signal of I need money. Then what you're going to attract back is more need,
Yeah.
more incomplete, because you sent out a need versus a havingness, already having that inside your system.
Yeah.
So that's a good little quick practical how we do that, how we turn on that feminine superpower.
And
To
this is
connect with.
like a lot of what we'll be talking about in the romantic training as well, is really becoming your own partner. Like you've said so many times, like you get to romance yourself. You get to be your own epic romance. And when you become your own epic romance, let me tell you, the world changes around you. It's pretty crazy to see. And one of the things that I would also say is that the more that you're romancing yourself, the more that you're bringing, like Simona said, starting this off with yourself and the relationship with yourself, whether it's like, stroking your own face, giving yourself a massage, going and buying yourself flowers, taking yourself lingerie shopping, like making whatever it is, just that the extra, like more pleasurable, and following through on that for yourself, what will happen is that you are actually also going to be bringing in this energy of trust. And I feel like that trust energy, that's the basis, that's the foundation, that's the root. I know that self-love is, a huge root as well, but when we go even deeper, it's trusting ourselves. And you can't show up in your feminine energy if you don't trust yourself. If you're like, okay, I'm just going to go out and then I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to like put out my stoner. It's going to be this flavor of ice cream. It's going to be such a good time. But like, I don't trust the universe. I don't actually trust that my feminine will magnetize it. And I don't trust myself, because who the fuck am I to think that I can do this? But I'm just going to like do it. I'm just going to like act like it's happening. When you're doing it for yourself, over and over again before just putting it out there. Yes, you can practice, you can do that. But when you start off with doing it for yourself, this is the leadership part. This is where I come in. When you start doing this for yourself, you're creating that foundation of trust of, I said I was going to do this for myself. I get to take care of myself. I trust myself now. And that becomes the foundation of, I trust myself. I trust my feminine magnetism. And because of that, I trust the universe and I trust the people that are coming into my life.
Yeah. So good. So good. Which I could say that's in a way a belief or a feeling texture that you're holding is I trust myself.
Yeah. And I feel like it's like the main one, you know, like if we're talking about ice cream, like it's the dairy, it's the milk, it's the cream.
It's what we want to be vibrating at.
That,
so we can attract what we want.
That is what we want to be vibrating at. That's the frequency. And when that's the frequency, it's very different than, you know, I'm just showing up and then I'm just going to act like this is what I want to do. I'm going to act like I trust myself. The fake it till you make it is very different than I fully and truly trust. And that's the feminine. We talk about this all the time. Like, you want to be surrendered in your feminine to your own masculine, like to your internal masculine. And it's like, that requires trust in yourself.
Yeah. Again, it also requires tending to those parts of ourselves that don't trust. We don't want to fake it. We don't want to, I trust myself, but deep down we don't. There's practices and this is part psychology that we're going to be talking about in our upcoming program, Feminine Reborn.
Yes!
We're going to be teaching all about how to be with those parts of ourselves that don't trust, because we have to be with them so that they don't hijack the present moment and come out when we're like, I trust myself, but really deep down we don't. Then no matter how much we're telling ourselves we trust ourselves, that part that doesn't, she's going to be the one sending out the sonar.
Yeah.
Alex, do you want to share a little bit about Feminine Reborn?
Yeah. Before I do, I just wanted to say that the practicing, guys, like this is the parts work. And also when you are putting this evidence in your life by showing up for yourself again and again and again and leading yourself, that is going to increase your trust bit by bit in yourself. So I just wanted to add that to it.
Totally.
So Feminine Reborn. So Simona, how long have you been working through feminine masculine energetics and like really getting to understand it?
Over a decade.
Okay. Yeah. You got some time on me. I've been working with it for, oh my goodness, about 5 years. 5 years. And that's actually where I started off in the work that I was doing. And I've been working through this for a while. And I realized that what I'm seeing so much in the world is this masculine way of leading. And it's happening within leading ourselves. It's happening in how we lead as parents. It's happening in how we lead in the work environment as business owners, all of it. And I reached out to Simona and I was like, something needs to change here. Something needs to change here, because I'm seeing that women are burning out or they're getting burned. And it's one or the other. That's what just kept happening again and again and again and again. And it was this disconnection to their own feminine that was causing that. And also because of that disconnection with their own feminine, either avoiding the really hard conversations with their partners or with their clients or with their employees or their kids. And if they do have the hard conversations, ending up, unfortunately, making it like an emotional projection of this is, this hurt me and now it's all about me. And what I really want to see is us bringing in more emotional maturity into the way we show up and lead ourselves, so that we can bring that into how we lead the other people in our lives. And this is really where Feminine Reborn came in for me. I had a crazy moment. I lost $16,000. Like I had to give a huge refund, and I had all of these things happen. I had a friend that I was really close with just like drop me and block me. And I had a client waiver on their commitment, and it was just like bing, bang, boom, zoom, bop, boop, bop, bop. And I was like, whoa. And then I was also like, okay, how did I handle this that I really like, that felt aligned? And how did I handle this where I could have just handled it completely different and better? And I could have led myself better, and I could have held them better and in a more mature way of leadership. And that is where Feminine Reborn came in. I reached out to Simona and I said, I've been working on this, and I'm really thinking that this is something that the world needs. It's not just something that I want to create. It's like this is being birthed through me, and you're meant to be birthing this with me. And that is how it all started. And it's really about creating a foundation for a healthy feminine. So this is really beginning at the leading yourself. And we have a couple of other programs where we're not going to share them today, but they do cover, this is the self leadership. This is the foundation, so that you can always come back to your feminine, right? You can always come back to your masculine. You can bring them back, because guys, things happen. You're not going to be like, okay, I'm balanced forever. This is like,
no.
Things happen. We live life, and sometimes life throws us curveballs, and sometimes it's like dramatic and it's a lot. So we're giving you the tools and the foundation so that when those things happen, because we're not going to tell you they're not going to happen. They're still going to happen. There's going to be things that will still come in, and they're going to be shaking you a little.
In fact, we want them to happen because that means we're growing. So if we don't need to keep rebalancing and recalibrating, that means we've hit a plateau and we're just standing stuck. We don't want that. So we want to keep growing. So we want to keep recalibrating and rebalancing, so this program is not only for when the road bumps happen, but it's for when the growth happens. We want to recalibrate our nervous systems, our hearts, our bodies, our minds to that new level so that we can keep going up the staircase.
Absolutely. And increasing our capacity again and again and again and again, because y'all, when you increase your capacity, you're able to hold more. And as a feminine woman, you're going to magnetize more. Yes. And then you increase your capacity again, and then that more is going to be magnetized. Because like you said, you're increasing that capacity, but you're also going up like those stairs. Yeah. And when you're at that next level, that's a different flavor of ice cream that nobody's fucking seen before or tasted. And they're like, oh, hell yeah, I want that. So that's becoming an energetic match. And guess what? Your sonar is going out, and you're going to be bringing in a whole other level of relationships, a whole other level of money, a whole other level of love, a whole other level of like abundance.
Yep. All of it. So that is one of our programs we have coming up. If you are getting that call from your heart, from that part of you that's like, oh, I want to know more, or, ooh, I want in, send us a message. We'd love to talk to you.
Yes, we would absolutely love to talk to you. And
early bird specials with that.
Yes, yeah, we do have early bird, like early bird. We have an early
bird.
Ah, she's so early. This is what
we love early.
And guys, this is just a flavor of what you're going to be getting with working with Simona and I. We really embody what we are teaching. Both of us have like the highest respect for one another, and both of us are working together because Simona's amazing at what she does. Simona's literally an expert, and I have seen her both as a previous mentor and as a friend. I have seen her increase her capacity over and over and over again. I have seen her embody and integrate and transform through what she is teaching all of you.
It's true. So when Alex was going through an initiation in her business, having relationships disappoint her and give her lessons, I was going through those initiations with my health and my body and my nervous system, showing me through burning out and breaking down, showing me that I was ready to expand my capacity again. So we were both together from a different angle, going through initiations and expanding our capacity so that we could hold more, and learned so much from those initiations. that we're here sharing with you guys.
Yeah. And we're ready to hold you.
Yeah.
We're ready to hold you. And I think I trust that those of you that are here, that are watching, that are like end up reaching out to us, that you're also ready to be held and you're ready for that next level. Not because you need it, but because this is like, you're here for something bigger. You know that you desire and deserve to live the most fulfilling life, where your vision for yourself and your vision for this world becomes actualized.
Yeah. That's it. That's so it. This was so fun.
That's it. I feel like this is a great place to end it.
Me too. Reach out to us if you have any questions on anything we shared, on any of the programs we mentioned. We would love to hear from you. Truly, truly.
Yeah, please connect. This is also, I would say, a big part of having a more feminine business model, is that we actually want to connect with you.
Yeah. We want to hear from you. We want to know you. We want to feel you. We want your questions.
We do. We do. We love you all. Thank you for being here with us. And we can't wait to see you next week for our free training.
That's right.
If you haven't signed up yet, reach out to us. Simona's in it, and she's providing an amazing your day two.
I'm day two.
Yeah.
All about the relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
Empowering the relationship with yourself.
Which is going to be like so incredible. You're going to be doing an identity breath work with me. And then we have Sydney. So for those of you that are in Sydney's group, you already know Sydney, but maybe you didn't know us. But we have Sydney Alberter also coming in, who is going to help you around your messaging. Yeah. So really bringing in the true you through your messaging.
Yeah. As well. And on day two, we're going to be talking about inner union within yourself as one of the key pillars of having an empowered relationship with yourself, is having that relationship with your feminine and your masculine. So if you like that part of this call, join us at Trifecta.
Join us. Okay. Love you. We love you. We love you. Mwah. Have a wonderful Saturday evening, and we will see you soon.
Mwah.
Mwah.